Y'all, I'm starting to understand why more men are choosing to be single, why women are choosing to be single, and why the dating pool is just treacherous.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Fiend News back again. Today we're going to look at why men are staying single. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in comments. Let's get right into the video.
What do you mean girls like this? Go on, explain.
Why are we too much?
Too much?
Explain, brother.
Enough.
I like being relaxed and chilling. I put zero effort into my dating life, and that's what I like about it.
So when you say girls like this,
So you just want a girl to come around your house instead?
I haven't had a first date outside of my house in the last year.
I wouldn't date you
Why? I wouldn't ask.
because I like to be outside. We're just gonna just sit there in your yard and watch.
Nobody's
watch
saying you've got to
telly.
take anybody out and spend
Yeah.
hundreds and whatever on it. You can take somebody out. You can even do a picnic outside, brother. Do you know what I mean?
so you're saying these are some hype girl and Bruce? Is that what you're saying?
Too much hype. You heard everything they said. They want picnics. They want to go out.
Or poor girlfriend.
He wants to stay in the yard.
Shouldn't you tell people that have like depression and stuff that you're trying to cope with cognitive coping
They need to be
get out and enjoy the countryside and do things that make you happy and get up and do it. Don't just stay in your yard on YouTube 24/7.
Yeah, I'm not depressed.
Fair enough. You're obviously doing something right then.
He is not depressed. He just enjoys staying at home and doing his own activities.
You know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays, so many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only going to waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
A lot of relationships have reached a point where they are no longer worth it anymore.
Only time having a boyfriend is worth it is when he is able to fully support you and pay all your bills. I said it, and I'll say it again. The only time a man who is your boyfriend, he's not your husband, if you're gonna be a girlfriend to someone, he needs to be paying all your bills. Otherwise, why is he there? What is his purpose? If he's not, he's just a boyfriend. Meaning if he leaves you, and a boyfriend is not a legal title. If he leaves you and promises you marriage, leaves you with nothing, you get nothing. But if he's paying all your bills, you're able to save money, you're able to invest into businesses that you want to do. If he leaves you, you're leaving with something else at the end of it. But to date a guy and be someone's girlfriend for free.
That's not a real relationship. What she is describing is a one-sided financial arrangement.
Get me going, if you know what I mean. Just the thought of man, I'm just like, nothing. But then I was listening to Sprinkle Lady yesterday. I had a beauty appointment for 2 hours long. I didn't really get much out of what she said. She said, oh, this is how you get a guy to take you shopping, la la la. But she said one thing, and I was like, she's right. She said, she'll tell a man, I can't get excited unless a man is paying all of my bills.
There is a word for a woman who only wants sexual activity if she is being paid.
And I said, whoa. But then I thought about it, and I was like, that's kind of... I get it. I get it. It's like seeing a man in uniform. There's a TikTok video of a bunch of firemen helping people because they were trapped in an elevator, and I was like...
That doesn't make sense. The truth is that men are not willing to pay for that unnecessary thing.
Do I need a man to satisfy my needs, if you know what I mean? No. Most of them aren't good at that anyway. But I do need a man to support me financially. And when I married my ex-husband and he said his vows to me, he said, till death do us part. Marriage is a legally binding contract as well. So in our vows, he said he was going to provide for me until death do us part. And guess what? We're both alive. So by law, my ex-husband should be paying my bills. Do you understand? That's why we're going to court, because he's saying he should not be responsible.
She is not mentioning that she made the same vows to the man she later divorced.
Have the men given up? I'm serious. They just stopped. They don't want to have sex anymore. They don't want to go on dates with women. They just want to hang out with their boys. Look, I get it. Men want to hang out with men. They want to do their thing. They don't want to care about women drama anymore. I don't know. Maybe someone can explain to me what's going on, because as long as men are not approaching women, they are going to be.
Many men are comfortable being single, and some actually prefer it that way.
And women are having a great time. From what I've seen, single women are having a great time. Yes, maybe they want boyfriends, they want to hook up, but single women are having a great time. The single men, I don't know, not so much.
It seems like there isn't much interest anymore, and even if there was, I don't think men really care about it these days.
Dude, good for us, honestly. That's amazing. I love that he presented that article as if women becoming happier and more content with themselves is a problem we need to solve. And I think it's hilarious that all these grown men are so upset by this information that keeps coming out that women are becoming like happier being single and childless now. I want to talk about it today because that man rambled for almost 4 whole minutes and he did absolutely everything.
Single, childless women are often described as unhappy or frustrated. Some people believe that women who choose not to have children later become bitter, although others strongly disagree with that view.
Understand the point. That yes, statistically, women are starting to poll as happier being single and childless. And there's a lot of reasons for these statistics coming forward, right? A big one is that we're not out here having to deal with the emotional labor of a relationship that never seems to be equally placed upon a man. But then you see all these men who for some reason can't wrap their mind around the fact that women are happy single, and that's because statistically men poll as happier in a relationship. They're miserable without us. And so they do what this man did in his 4-minute long video and they get upset and they think they need to come in and save these women who aren't asked.
The man didn't seem upset or emotional, but she still assumed he was angry.
To be saved. And you know, they blame feminism, they blame women, they dance around the point entirely. They tell themselves whatever they need to rock themselves to sleep as they cry at night, completely missing the point and knowing that women are out here happy. We're just fine. And because you know what? Same. I make myself go on a date every like 2 to 5 months, you know, just to get back in there, give it a try. You never know what could happen. Maybe I'll meet the love of my life and everything will go amazing. But it's good to always put yourself back out there every once in a while.
If someone keeps telling everyone that they are single and happy, it may make others wonder if that is really how they feel.
To see. And it always ends up going one of 2 ways. First is that we're just not compatible, you know, totally normal, we move on. And the second one is if things work out, we get into a little relationship, right? It usually goes like the last boy I dated. We dated for 3 or 4 months and almost every day after work, I would go over to his house. And no matter how my day went at work, right, I would just be happy to be off and get to see him. But it wasn't the same for him. It seemed like he was never able to just leave work problems at work, which is fine, right? I'm always here to help, support, vent. But it started to feel like he was having a bad day at work almost
What does her relationship situation have to do with women who are single and don't have children?
every day. And then he would come home and kind of take it out on me. Like he would dump it all on me and then I would have to deal with fixing it, or he would be starting arguments, you know, just whole bad mood vibes. It always became my emotional labor now too. And the thing is, the door never really swung both ways. I was always expected to be there to tend to all of his needs and whatnot, but he was never really offering the same thing to me. And I find this happens a lot in relationship with boys. One day I had an amazing day at work. I came home so excited and he just came and ruined my mood entirely. And that was the day I looked around and went, why am I
For someone who says she is happy and doing well, she seems to be complaining quite a lot.
Up with this? I am raising a man who would not and does not do the same thing for me. And whilst there are some benefits to having someone around, right, I stayed this long, I was overall on a general baseline just happier being single. So now about a month or 2 into every relationship I have, I sit down and I have to ask myself, were you happier before this relationship started? And so far, mostly every time the answer has been no. It was way better being single. And certainly a lot less stressful than adopting a 27-year-old man-child. And y'all can keep making videos crying and trying to blame feminism and women all you want, but at some point you're gonna have to look inward. I also don't know why he brought money into it. In this economy, most people want a partner who makes more money than them. The last boy I went out with literally said he wants to be a stay-at-home dad and have his wife bring in all the money, and I get it.
She didn't really prove anything. It just looks like she posted her relationship problems online.
Well, I'm starting to understand why more men are choosing to be single, why women are choosing to be single, and why the dating pool is just treacherous. Okay, for one, you want someone with a certain tax bracket, pool just got small. You want someone, if you're a woman, taller than 5'9", just got even smaller. In your city, oof, pickings, okay? When I think about my household, I'm like, listen, y'all, I hustle and bustle, I make money. I'm not looking to be the main breadwinner in my home. Zero interest, zero. Why? Because God made man's shoulders a lot broader than mine. Okay, I'm not looking to carry that load. And honestly, man, I get it. It's a lot. It's a lot. To care for a family, a lot. I understand. It tickles the feather, this whole 50-50 narrative. I get it. Listen, I understand. I understand. It's just easier for men to be hoes and play with women. I get it. I don't get it, but I get it.
It's a bit ironic to accuse men of being promiscuous when some people feel the same criticism applies to modern women. Also, trying to insult men in that way doesn't really have the effect you might expect.
So let me pick up where I left off. Fellas, you keep saying I'd rather stay single. Women are too much. I don't need the headache. I get it, but let's be real. That is crap. You don't actually want to die alone with a frickin' gaming console and a fridge full of frozen pizza. You don't, because guess what? Biology doesn't lie. Men and women were designed for each other. That is masculine and feminine polarity.
Why should a man try to be masculine if modern women aren't even trying to be feminine? I don't mind being masculine, but doing it just to attract those women seems pointless because they already act quite masculine themselves.
It's not just some TikTok buzzword. That is nature. That's why when you're with the right woman, everything in your life sharpens. Your drive, your purpose, your discipline, everything. Now, sure, being single is easy. No drama, no compromise, no responsibility. But easy gets old. The hookups get boring. The soulless sex gets depressing. The silence in your house starts getting loud.
This advice isn't very useful. She's basically just telling men to find a good woman, which doesn't really help them.
And then what? You're 40, 50, 60 years old. Nobody by your side. Nobody in your bed. Nobody to build with. That is not freedom. That's failure. Here's the truth. Men need women and women need men. That's a beautiful balance. That's order. That's how we're wired. The problem, though, is too many men give up before they figure us out. They throw their hands up like it's too complicated instead of leaning in and cracking the damn code.
Modern dating is broken, and she expects men to fix it by being shamed. That's not going to work. If you want early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case studies on human behavior, check out the members area link in the description. Otherwise, click one of the videos on screen if you enjoyed this. Take care and see you next time.